And we're back. And we're back. And we're back. And we're back. A short break is back. What's up, my good people? We are happy to hear you. I see you coming into the place to be. I see you joining us. We are excited to come back. We are excited to be here, and we're excited to show our next film from this good brother Terron. We're going to have a really, really, really great conversation with him as always. So, since we're here, let's talk about it. I want my people who are here, people who are come check it out. Let us know where you're calling in from, where you're checking out, where you're watching the film from, where you're watching the short break from around the world. Let us know who's checking in. But so, without further ado, we're going to bring up our co-host, the talented, the lovely, the sophisticated Miss Emma J. Miss Emma, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
We are good. We are good. We are good. We are happy to be back. Talk to the people.
Hey, y'all. Oh, it's so much happening these days. So we want to get into some of the current events that are happening. So Queen Elizabeth is actually opening up her estate to host drive-in movies.
Yeah.
I said, I have to go overseas so I can be at the Queen's house sipping tea and watching my film. Okay.
You know that I heard that you brought that to my attention. I didn't know about it, but that was super cool when I saw that. Okay, we got New Orleans checking in. There we go. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey,
We appreciate it. Hey. But yeah, that was a trip when I heard that about.
You go to the Queen's house. It said it was $7.50. Well, in pounds, but it's kind of the same.
Wait a minute, it was £7.50. So I mean, right now that's about $10 to go to the drive.
No, I think it's like $8. I think the pound is like, oh, it might be. Wait. The pound. I was thinking about something else.
The pound, the ratio, the euro. The euro's a little, maybe right. A little better, but the pound is always the bangers over the head.
What movie? It's $9. It is $10. So $7.50.
What movie is she showing?
It was like old school movies.
What's a British old school movie?
I can't remember the names, Damien.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, we got more people. We see y'all watching. We see the crowd gathering. Come on, check in. Let us know where you're coming from and where you what location in the world you at.
Okay. I found it. So it's including 1917, The Greatest Showman, Mona, and A Star Is Born. And then a little later, they're going to add Bohemian Rhapsody, Toy Story, and Rocket Man. So they're not anything new, just, half of their movies.
I was just wondering what they're going to play.
Probably like.
You're breaking up a little bit. We didn't hear you. What you say?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Okay, well, look, I was wondering if they was going to play Menace to Society or something like that, or Boys in the Hood. I was wondering if the Queen going to watch Juice or something. So that's, all right, that's, all right, that's the one thing. What's up? What else is happening? Emma?
Hey, I don't know what is going on. Because you froze for a second and then I froze. We're back. Everything's all good, y'all. So the next thing that we have going on is Wendy Williams is actually going to have a new biopic or biopic, however some people say it. We actually know somebody who's about to be in it.
Oh yeah, who?
We have Rocco.
What? Who? Morocco? Morocco is going to be in it.
Morocco is going to be in it. He's actually going to be playing Wendy Williams' ex-husband, Kevin. So that should be interesting. But I'm excited to see it. Damien also knows the leading lady.
You know what? I was doing some while we were talking. I was putting something together for our good people. So
Damien out here just out here doing extra stuff. Like we ain't talked about this before.
We did talk about this before. I just wanted the people to see. Boom. So people
bring it up.
So, I know, right? It's my fault. So Morocco, Sierra Payton. Sierra Payton is so dope. She is so dope. She's a sister that came. She worked. She came from these acting trenches. She's acting streets, and we appreciate her. She's super dope, really cool, great energy. And we all know Morocco, friend of the show. Me and Rock have known each other for years, and I'm super excited. I know you see him killing it on P Valley right now. So this is going to be a trip. This is going to be a real trip for real.
And it's Lifetime, so you know them Lifetime ones be real interesting.
Yeah, Lifetime is gonna do it. Lifetime is gonna do their thing, man. Lifetime is gonna do their thing. So we're gonna give a big shout out to those two. We got some Black excellence about to tell a Black story, so we're gonna have a Black experience. We know that.
I'm
excited.
Giving love to the Black films and biopics, so I'm excited.
I'm extremely excited as well. So check this out. I think we got our guy. We got our director ready to talk to us. So without further ado, we are going to bring up the good brother Terron. He's smooth. Man, wait till y'all get a load of this hat he got on. You know, I know him from New York. We ran these New York Harlem streets. This brother, here we go. What's up? What up,
bro? What's going on, good people? What's going on? How you doing? Black is beautiful.
Yes.
All the time. Black is beautiful all the time. How you doing, bro?
Damien, you didn't get the memo of the cut off shoulders, but it's all good.
Oh yeah, this was like, I was like, should I change? I was like, nah, I'm gonna just be myself today.
Oh,
and that's what for you to be yourself. Okay.
That is what you get to be on a short break. You get to be yourself whenever you want, my brother. That is what our platform is set up for. For real. But hold up, I gotta say one thing before we get going. This episode is brought to us by Harlem River Yacht Club. Harlem River Yacht Club. It's an experience. You'll float above them all. Shout out O'Henny Cornelius.
Shout out O'Henny.
Yeah, you got to get a brother some love. Man, how you been, brother?
I mean, you know, I've been surviving. I'm still here. You know, I'm living. I won't complain. You know, that's for sure.
That's exactly what's up. So look. We do this thing over here at Short Break where we want to, you know, get the audience acclimated with the person they're about to talk to, and also for you to give us some information. We're gonna dive into you a little bit. So we do this. We do a thing called From the Beginning. It's our segment where we get to know the director. So we're gonna put you on spotlight, and Emma is gonna ask you a question, and we're gonna go from there. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
Boom! There we go. From the beginning. Emma.
Yes, so from the beginning, one of my favorite questions that I love to ask our directors who are on a short break. And this one is, who was the first mentor that helped push you in the right direction?
I would have to say it would have to be like my mother, my grandmother, you know, since birth, and the lessons that they taught. Like I named my company after my mother and my grandmother, which is Norman and Rosalie Production. So I say for sure it was my mother and my grandmother.
Beautiful. I got one. That's beautiful. Hey man, hey, listen. My production company is named after the house I grew up in.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I get it. All right. Got a question for you, brother. When did you realize? My bad. When did you realize that you were a director?
So When It All Falls Down is my first film. So I produced and I also wrote and directed a web series pilot called And the Beat Goes On, which O'Henny happened to be a part of. So when that was complete, I felt like, okay, I can do this. Like I can officially stamp myself as like a writer, director, producer. So I think that was like in 2012. It's like when I completed that, I was like, okay, I think I could do this, because I'm an actor first, and then, you know, as actors, we have to wait to be called on, you know. And I'm a firm believer of making our own way, making our own destiny, like manifesting what we want for ourselves. And so I was just like, this is just a step I need to take. So I wrote something, I directed it, produced it, and then, you know, put it on YouTube.
Hey, that's what's up. Emma, you want to take the next one?
Yes. So the next question that I have is that a lot of, up and coming filmmakers, they want to know, what was the first camera you ever shot on?
Oh, I think it was the first camera I shot. I think, well, the DP that I hired, he came with the camera. I believe it was a I know it was a DSLR. I think it was a Sony. It was like a small camera. This is like 2012. So whatever, like Sony was popular back in like 2012. Small, because like when DSLRs first came out, they were like big cameras, and this is like the first little camera that I saw.
Sony joints. Okay.
Yeah.
That is what's up. Hey, so check this out, brother. We are about to get into it. I'm gonna go and let the folks know what a short break is, and then we're gonna pull you back up to give us a few words before you film, and we're gonna jump right into it. All right?
Yep.
All right, here we go. What's up, my good people? All right, so here we go. We're about to start a short break. And what a short break is the intersectionality between filmmaker and audience. We would like the audience to have the unique experience to be able to watch the film with the filmmaker, the good brother Terron, in this case, with When It All Falls Down. So you are going to watch it together, and then after that, we're going to watch the film again, but we're going to put it on mute. And this is when Terron can give us somewhat like a, let's say, old school vibes, which is crazy, old school vibes, a DVD commentary or a conversation along with the film. And you can ask questions by just chatting, putting something in the comment section, ask a question that way, and we'll be able to see it. Or if you would like, you could ask a question online through a video conversation, just like we're talking now. But that'll be after the film. We'll let you know when you can do that and everything. So with that being said, a short break is about to begin. And we're going to bring up the good brother Terron in just a second and discuss it. Okay, here we go. Terron, would you like to say a couple words to my brother before we jump into the film?
For sure.
Here we go.
So When It All Falls Down was my first film. It's I think the second thing I ever wrote, the first thing I ever shot, the first thing I ever produced. We shot this over 2 days in July in Harlem, I think back in 2014, and this is my baby. It premiered premiered at Black Star. It was one of the 5 finalists at the HBO short film competition in 2014, and this is it.
Here we go.
I want to ask you something.
What?
And I want you to answer me honestly.
Yeah, I will.
For real.
Yeah, okay, ask already. Come on.
Why did you choose to be with me?
I mean, there was no other choice. Babes. There's no other choice because you get me, okay? No one understands me the way you do. I mean, no one looks at me the way you do. Okay, we don't even have to talk and we understand each other. I mean, you take me for everything that I am and everything I'm not.
Sometimes I think that maybe I'm not good enough for you. And then I think that maybe there's someone else out there that's better for her. Or am I the man that she really wants?
Y'all singing group? Well, sing something.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Listen, what I want is right here. And I didn't choose you. We chose each other. So,
Love you.
I love you too. You know, that's the first time you ever said I love you to me.
That was the first time that I said I love you to anyone besides my family.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. How did it feel?
It feels like I discovered something. You know, something that was made just for me. Yeah, or it could be those tacos just backing a brother up. You know what I'm saying? What? Hey, you better save that for the honeymoon.
Oh, we getting married.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. Yeah.
No, where's my ring?
Yeah.
Where's my ring?
Hey, you had this one. Yeah, we gonna get married. We gonna have a house, kids, and dogs barking.
Really?
Yes, all of that. And you're gonna be in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Making Kool-Aid. And you know what flavor, right?
Red.
Red.
How many kids?
17. All right, two.
Boy and a girl?
Yeah, we have some good-looking children.
Totally. And I want to adopt too.
Why?
All children need love.
Wow, I mean, you thought this whole thing through, right?
Listen, I'm looking forward to motherhood. I believe that children are the most precious thing you could ever receive.
Well, you should receive some right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Give it to me. Who is she?
Oh, man, I told you who she was. She's just somebody that I work with.
And I don't understand. If you just work with her, why is she texting you at 10 o'clock at night?
It is not 10 o'clock. It's 9:48. Like, I had this song stuck in my head, and we were trying to figure out the name of the song and who sung it.
Wait, why is she texting you anyway? Why does she have your number anyway?
Huh?
You heard me, Maameyaa.
We're co-workers. We communicate. I talk to the people that I work with on the phone. Why are you going through my phone anyway?
Oh, I wasn't going through your phone. I heard your phone and then saw your text and saw the message. Put it in your mouth?
Damn you, iPhone.
Oh, you think this is funny?
Yes, actually I do. Because that's the name of the song. I'm not the one going on dates.
Why are you bringing that up?
Is it not true?
I went on a date early on in our relationship and I was still unsure of things, okay?
And that makes it okay.
And it was a mistake, okay? I was wrong. I told you that same night. I didn't hide anything from you, okay? God, it's stupid. Don't go ahead and change the subject.
What?
Look, if you got something going on with her, you can tell me. You got something going on?
No. I wouldn't trade what we have for anything in this world.
Keep stirring.
Hey, Ma.
Where are you? Are you home?
Yeah, we just got back from the ER.
What happened? What did the doctor say? I've been calling and calling. I've been worried sick.
She lost it.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, listen, Ma, let me call you back, okay?
Okay. You know I'm always here for you, Sugar Sugar.
Okay. Dominique! Open the door. You all right? I love you. I don't know. It's always just been me and my mom. And without her, I don't know where I'd be. So when did you know that you wanted to be an artist?
Well, when I was 11 years old,
Okay.
my father took me to an art gallery.
Daddy's girl.
Yeah. And they were the most beautiful paintings on that wall. And I started looking around and I got to this one painting. Oh, man, I remember like it was yesterday. So there was this little black girl with French braids and a blue dress and little yellow flowers all around it. And all I could see was the back of her. And she's standing in this empty room staring at the most beautiful moon you had ever seen. And ever since then, I knew that this is what I wanted to do.
When I was 11, all I wanted to do was play video games and ride my bike. That was it.
Okay, well, what do you want to do now?
Man, that shit, I don't know, really.
Okay, well, what makes you happy?
Freedom. Freedom. All right. I just want to have the ability to do whatever it is I want to do without having to worry about going to sleep at the same time every night to wake up and live the same day all over again, you know? So whether it's Monday or Wednesday or Saturday, it wouldn't even matter, you know? So I guess whatever makes that happen.
Okay, I understand that, but you know freedom being free, right? You want it, you got to go get it.
So you have this thing, you know, that you're passionate about,
Okay.
all right? And you're successful at it. But honestly, I doubt myself a whole lot. So I'm just messing around with stuff. You know, I haven't really figured it all out, you know?
Don't be afraid to take the risk.
You know, the last time I took a risk was at my high school talent show.
Okay.
All right? I had this song. It was all ready to go. And I just knew. I knew I was going to kill it. I was going to kill it, right? And I get on stage, right? And then 5 seconds later, I get booed off the stage, right? Don't lie. Don't lie.
I'm not.
It was like the worst day of my life. I didn't go to school for days.
Babes. Listen, people lose more than they win. And the only difference between succeeding and failing is the ability to keep trying. And you've got way too much talent to give up. Way too much.
I just wish I could find something that I like to do.
Hey, I want to see you happy. And when your dreams, whatever they may be, when they come true, I'm going to be right here. What do you say?
Same spot. What are you doing?
It doesn't look like I'm yawning. What do you want? You see I'm doing something.
I want to smile.
Seriously, leave me alone. I'm trying to concentrate.
No. Not until you do it.
Come on, Maameyaa.
Come on. Let me see that smile. Let me see them teeth. Let me see what you use when you choose so deep. Let me see that smile. Let me see them teeth. Act like you know, don't give me no grief. Don't give me no grief. Don't give me no grief.
Happy?
And I told you that I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Oh, and I said I don't give a shit.
That's your problem. You only want things your way and only
That's
your
my
way.
problem. Well, let's talk about problems. Let's talk about problems. Okay, let's talk about how you can't keep a steady job. That's a problem. Yeah, handle your responsibilities as a man.
No.
Or what? What? You're gonna go home to your mom like a mama's boy? Yeah, why don't you just go fuck her?
It is a good thing. It is a good thing that you lost that baby.
Don't you fuck her?
Because you would have made a terrible mother.
Oh, really? Dare you
Because you
say
don't
that?
care about nobody but yourself.
How dare you say
It's
that?
true.
How dare you say that?
If you cared about me, there's no way in the world you would have
How
ever
dare you say that?
Don't wanna lose. Am I gonna lose? Girl, what was said, I hope is not misunderstood.
Wow, wow, wow.
Cherish every Saturday night we made out on my hood.
What's happening over there?
Literally, when I watched this, I said, my mouth just dropped to the floor because I want more.
You want more?
I want more.
You want more? You want more. All right.
I want more.
All right. Well, we're going to work at you getting more. But for right now, we're going to have you just take it over and let people know what's about to happen. There we go.
Yes, you
Hold
are.
on, wait a minute. One second. We got contractual obligations we got to go by. We got to make sure we got our sponsors and our people up. There we go. Jump into it.
Yes, y'all know it's opposite when you try to do that. But yes, you are. Now I want to say thank you all for sticking with us and staying through that part of a short break. Now here is the real part of a short break where we rewind and we actually play the full video, but we have it on mute. This is the intersectionality of creating the artist with the audience, you all. So you all get to answer, well, you all get to ask any questions and you get them answered at this moment. And we're just going to have like a real live talk, and the director might or might not come with some extra people to be a part. So make sure you all continue to watch. Get your questions ready, get your comments ready, because we're definitely about to have a nice short break.
Boom. There we go. And without further ado, we're going to bring up the brother Terron again. What's up, brother?
I'm feeling great because I haven't seen that movie in years.
Oh man, listen.
How does it feel?
The audience is just seeing it. The audience is happy with it. They're happy to be able to experience this. So we're gonna start it back again on mute.
Sure.
And we know that you got some friends with you.
Yeah. So joining us is going to be Branden Wellington. He played the lead Maameyaa in When It All Falls Down. So he may have some extra juice too.
You might got some extra. You know, I think maybe should we bring Branden up now?
Yeah, why not? We can watch it together.
Let's bring it together. We all can get it going. Boom. What up, Branden? How you doing, brother?
How y'all doing? Happy Labor Day weekend. Thank you all for having me.
Hi, Branden.
How you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you, Emma.
Nice to meet you too.
So look, we're about to get started, and boom, we're going to start it again. And from the top, question. I got a question off the rip. And also,
look, Damien, I have a whole notebook over here with questions.
Oh, okay, my bad. You know what I did? How about this, Emma? Let me just give the reminder to the audience, my good people. If you would like to ask a question, just drop a comment drop a question in the comments or a statement in the comments, and we'll be able to put it up and speak and talk about it. And if you would like to also ask a question on a video, the link will be scrolling past. So with that being said, go right ahead, Emma, take it over.
So there's something I'm going to ask a little later when it actually pops up in the film. But the first thing, when I watched this, my mouth just dropped to the floor because I said, oh, he's just going to leave a nice little cliffhanger. I want to know what is about to be said. Are they getting back together? Are they about to say, I hate you? Are they going to be like, you are my first love and only love and I will never forget you? But the question that I want to ask right now is about the writing. So this one is for Terron. You spoke on a lot of different topics, and I was like, this is coming from a man's perspective. So I kind of got a man's perspective as well as a woman's perspective of this film, and I love that. But you talked about the leading lady talks about adoption. I made a funny joke in the comments and talked about, oh, she's texting you at 10 and he's like 9:48, which is what guys do. And then you're talking about this beautiful Black love that they have, but then he goes back and say, you would be a horrible mother. Right. So what made you write these things? Are any of them just creative, or did some of them actually happen in your life?
So before I started, so usually how I write, my writing process is like, I can see the movie before it happens. Like I can see the scene. What I don't have is like the actual dialogue. So what I did when I began to work on this film, I just called up maybe like 10 of my friends and I just asked them 2 simple questions. I was like, what was the best experience that you ever had in a relationship? And what was the worst experience that you ever had in a relationship? And from those answers, I was able to write When It All Falls Down. And like with, injecting some of myself into it also, but that's where the writing of it started.
I love that because it takes a team, it takes a village. And
and I definitely didn't write this all by myself. As far as like the ideas.
All right.
But speaking of it takes a village, let's talk about. So I'm looking at some of your shot selections, man, and the hues that the color palette that you guys, you good people chose. I see like the pink backwash, the pink accent wall behind her are salmon, you know, what you call it. But then it seems like every other color that she wore complemented the overall tone. So even to the albums that stacked on the walls, like kind of like what we're seeing now, like we can see in the frame. How much detail and how much thought was put in between you and your DP coming over to the shot list of and what overall tone y'all want?
To me, like that is like a crux of the story, because you know everything, because this film is not shot linear, so it's like present day and it's like the past. Everything in the past, I wanted it to be very vibrant, and then everything in the present, I wanted it to be very, very muted, so the audience can see the contrast between the actual scene and the feeling of it, and also the contrast between the time period, because everything in the past is not done within time. It's just glimpses of what stages they were in their relationship, and the present is the only linear thing about the film. So we wanted just the contrast and show the difference between the two time periods, which as much visually as much as we could.
Is it is extremely rich, the colors, and even you know, it always trips me out. Who was your DP?
His name was Heinrich A. Meyer. I
know that name. I feel like has he done other things?
I think he's done some TV shows. He has his own short film. He also shot my last short film.
Okay. Yeah, it's. I mean, it always trips me out when people of color are not lit well. Because I know it can happen. You know, like how is it not happening on something that has a massive budget,
right?
And something that I'm pretty sure your budget wasn't massive, but this is beautifully lit,
right?
And you can tell, and it's not just lit. Everyone's one. You know, everyone's well lit. It's lit with intention to tell the story. You know, so I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, how did that translate into your performance, Branden? Did it help fuel you to seeing like the detail in the production design and how thought out this was? Did it help influence your performance, or
a little bit too. You know, rooms have energy in them. And when you go into a room that's well lit versus when you go into a room that's dark, it evokes different emotions inside of you, even in real life. This is just strictly non-acting talk. You walk in your house right now and the room's dark, you feel a completely different way than when you have the blinds open and natural lighting's coming through and you get a feel for the sun. They produce different feelings. And, you know, in this film, as Terron goes through and just makes decisions on how I want this room to be lit, how I want this to feel, you can't help but to allow that energy of something as simple as lighting influence or even steer your emotions a certain way. So, yeah.
So it did help fuel, and these debates seemed so familiar. Like
they really did,
right? How did that? How did you take real life experience to build up on these, or
I did, because what was exciting was like I had just started a relationship when we started filming this movie. It was like fresh, so you know I enjoyed I enjoyed the get to know you scenes. You know, what do you want to be when you grow up, and you know, what is your goals? And I felt like I was just having these conversations with the young lady I was speaking with at that time, so that definitely played a part in it as well. And I've had my fair share of heartbreaks too. So all of those things come ahead and you start to use them as emotional tools sometimes in your own performance to help drive a sense of reality to what you're doing as well. So yes.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out to Branden, because now you got to get some behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, let's do it.
So another lead actor was already cast in the movie. He dropped out. No word. I hadn't heard from him in like 2 days. So 2 days before we were scheduled to shoot the film, I had to recast right then. And a friend of mine, I can't think of his name right now.
Kalen Jackson.
Huh?
Kalen Jackson.
No. It was Duplessis.
Brenton Duplessis.
Yeah, Branden Duplessis. I was searching everybody that I know all around the town. And my friend Brendan Duplessis, he was like, yo, just check out this guy, Branden Wellington. So I met with Branden. I was like, all right, cool. He could do it. Like 2 days before we even began, he got the lines. He came through and crushed it. So he, like, if it wasn't for him, the movie would have never been made at all.
Yes.
2 days before we started shooting, he had to learn all the lines, everything.
That's what's up, man. Also, big shout out to my Harlem wardrobe, because that's exactly what I used to look like in Harlem. I have a scarfo.
Shout out to Marksman Apparel.
Yeah, straight up, right? Scarfo, green military jacket, jogging pants, t-shirt, bracelet. That was my Harlem uniform. That's it.
And there was also key this apartment. So also another friend, Eda Faison, this is his apartment. And like I think this also apartment is also like another scene, because we didn't have to shoot anywhere else. Like the entirety of this movie was shot in this apartment, and it also gave us enough space and enough rooms to give it some variety. And we shot this in Sugar Hill in 2 days in July. This scene right here, hot as hell. We couldn't run AC, nothing. It was baking. It was baking.
And y'all got candles lit.
It was like literally 50 candles lit in the living room.
Oh wow! And this is Eda's house, right?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Eda and his place, because his spot was like a hub for artists in Harlem. Yeah. Like you pull up at Eda's house, and you know you'll be drinking with cats who's nominated or won Tonys. Cats who not SAG awards, Oscar awards, Adelco nominees. All of the disciplines of art, we all just vibing out and just chilling at Eda's house, drinking and bro, you see clearly the brothers let his space to be used for art. So we appreciate it. We gotta appreciate
he even catered for us for free. That's how
he did. He was cooking throughout and everything. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Shout out to Eda. Hey, no, we didn't know. I had a one-man show that got nominated for an Adelco in Harlem, and Eda is one of the main reasons that the show got picked up. We were at the New Eurekan. It got picked up and brought up to the classical, not the classical theater, brought up to the National Black Theater in Harlem. So yeah, he put a few checks in the brother's pocket. Shout out to the brother. For real. Yo, this is beautiful, man. This is
I love the scene.
Yeah, I think this is pleasing to my eye. When I finally saw the movie, I was like, this is good. I got all these candles at Family Dollar.
This is a good budget that's going on here.
I got all these candles at Family Dollar. I got most of the clothes at like I think a thrift store. Yeah, it was like I was really like. I think me and her name was Jasmine Menago. She was also a producer on this. Like we put a lot of legwork into this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Also Maameyaa. I want to shout out Maameyaa Rainey. Jess Keebs is her handle. She was the art director on the piece, and I think it was like all the art that you see was like all her and myself.
Mm-hmm. I think what I love the most about this scene, from an actor's perspective too, is when I'm listening to you talk about the clothes and things like that, and the way it felt like we had just came back from this extravagant date, and now we're having a conversation about our future together. Like, you know what, we had a great time. How can we keep this going forever? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? And I'm all dressed up, and she looks nice as well too, and it made you feel good. And so there's moments in here where we're laughing with each other, we're smiling, and you can feel the love. And I think things like wardrobe, setting, candles, all of those things help drive it. And the writing was great as well too. And Terron let me freestyle a lot too, so that was good too.
We got this scene. We got this scene.
Wait, can you rewind it?
Go ahead, Emma. Go ahead, Emma.
No, this is where one of my questions came up, and I said I'm gonna save it for the end until it came. What was there any significance about this necklace? Because he has it on here. We get a zoom in of the necklace, and then see it at the end, and then it's like, and he's wearing it as he's leaving, and he's worn it another time. So, like, was there any significance about that piece?
No, that's a Branden question. That was Branden's wardrobe. I don't. Did I give you that, Branden?
You did. Branden made it, and it was part of my wardrobe. But I got to choose it from a series of different necklaces that Branden made.
Yeah, made it. That's right.
I enjoy reading it. I enjoy wearing it because at that time I didn't really wear a necklace of my own or anything like that, and it made me feel more like artsy. And it wasn't me. So like the more I could step outside of like what I would normally wear, how I would normally be, the more I feel as if I can step into what I'm doing. So I just enjoy wearing the necklace because it was new for me. I usually don't wear jewelry.
Because it came out, and I was like, let me ask about this.
I just want to shout out Maameyaa Boafo. She is the female lead. Who did her thing in this movie also.
She did a really good job. And even the scene before this, I saw that you mixed the medium, and you went from like, I looked like maybe Digibeta or Beta SP footage within this HD quality footage. Why did you do that?
It was this was a conversation that I had with the colorist. So what he did, like, during the scene, because it's a transition that happens like in the middle of the scene that goes from the past to the present. So when he was in the present, it automatically it flashed back to the past. All he did was just raise the saturation on it to let you know that we're transitioning from one time to the next.
One thing that may not be apparent upon first walkthrough, even he was telling me this as we were directing, is that as I'm moving out in the end, so to speak, every room that we go into in present day triggers a memory of the past. Of an experience we had in that room when we were in the heart of our relationship. And so, as you see me go through the bedroom, first scene starts off with us in the bedroom. You see her walk to the kitchen. You see us have a conversation in the kitchen. We lose, the baby. She goes to the restroom. You see a scene where we're in the hallway where we actually probably made that baby, and so like it's just that's the beauty of it. I love how he used the setting to help drive the story and the storytelling.
I love it. I want to follow up with that. That's one of the things that I saw. I was like, oh, he's walking in the hallway, picks up this brush, and then it comes up and it's like, this is what happened at, in that hallway, or this is what happened in the kitchen. She's, baking her tea, and then it goes to this other event that happened in the kitchen when they started arguing. When you said earlier, Terron, when you write, you kind of see the movie and then you get the words. So did you see that happening on that intertwine from the past to the future, or past to the present? Or as you started to write, you was like, oh, maybe I should intertwine them.
So as I started to write, as more layers come, like the story starts to inform like itself for me. So then like it's like very broad, and then as I write, it gets narrower and narrower and narrower, and then I'm actually able to like find some specificity in certain things. So that's basically how it comes about. It's like, oh, this would be a good idea, so I'll try to incorporate that into the story.
Why did you leave it with a cliffhanger?
Because I felt like I wanted to leave you, because the biggest thing I get about this movie is either the end or the scene where they have the argument with the jazz, or like the voiceover. And they always ask me like, what happened? What happened? And I'll just leave it like, if whatever you thought happened, then that's what happened. You know what I mean? Like, I still don't know what happened because I really never gave it any thought. It was always going to end at that point.
What's beautiful is that we actually shot.
Yeah, it was never any point to make me continue to make it go further. You know?
Yeah, we shot like 2 or 3 different endings in that hallway, and it was up to his discretion on how he was gonna end it. Let's shoot a scene where you say this. Let's shoot it where you say that. Let's shoot it where you do this. And so we have 3 or 4 or 5 different endings. And until the first time that I came to see it, I didn't even know how that hallway scene ended.
Oh,
yeah.
They got back
So
together.
imagine
like I joke around,
you do the movie, right? And you don't know how the relationship ended between you and the coworker. I have 5 possibilities of what happened, and I'm waiting to see. I wonder which direction he went with to tell me what happened with this relationship that I was in, because I don't know.
Wow.
I feel like Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Which way is he gonna go now? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like to tease. I like to tease and say, like I break the stars. You know what I mean? Because you know, Branden, he was on Orange Is the New Black. You know, Maameyaa, she's on the 2nd season of she's a series regular on the
Lost City.
on Rami. She's been in a number of TV shows. And then 2 songs on the soundtrack are by Ari Lennox. And this is this is before Ari Lennox was big, so I would email back and forth with her about using her music, and she was cool with it.
Yeah,
Wow, I love the soundtrack on there too, and even through acting, like you won't never see this; it never makes the camera. But I would have I had different songs that I would use to help me get into the emotional mood of it. Even now, if I go to my private YouTube or whatever, and I look at my private playlist, I have a playlist called "When It All Falls Down," and these were songs that I would listen to before we start filming our scenes, and they would kind of bring out the heart of it. Then when he goes to score the scene, I was like, oh, you know what? I had a song that evoked that same emotion too. So I start to see how he scored it versus what I would use as an actor to help me get to that emotional level of the scene too. So I thought that was very interesting. And I would go look up half the artists after this. And Henny, you know, he does music too, by the way. So
he was he did music. Yep. I write with music. You know what I mean? Like I like to give actors music to listen to help inform them in their scene. You know what I mean? Like I think music is key to me.
Let me see if I can find it. I actually think I got some of the playlists you didn't gave.
A nice behind the scenes situation going on here.
Blue Rose Film was the co-production with this Kaylon Jackson and Ellie Lee co-art. They're like my business partners, and without them, I definitely wouldn't haven't been able to get the film made.
Oh, beautiful, 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 man. Hey, listen, Terron, Branden, we appreciate you over at the Short Break for at least you shared your talents with us, and you gave the audience, the people that's watching it live and the people that's going to watch this when it lives online, you gave them inspirations and insight of how you created a film that is visually stunning and superbly acted between you two, and we can see the direction and the intention in the storytelling, which is a compliment and kudos to you as well, Terron, man. We really appreciate you over here.
Hey, I appreciate you guys for showing it and taking the time, taking the effort to use your platform to show it. I definitely appreciate that. Well, thank you.
That's what Emma and I were like. That's what we want, man. We want to highlight filmmakers that are doing their thing and they're talented, and just we want to continue and help push that narrative to getting their stories out there so the world can see it, so everyone can recognize what we can see, and we can start seeing your stories on a bigger level and a stronger level. Because this level is good too.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, all new levels we can get.
It's all good.
Yeah, so we want to show every level of you, and we appreciate the journey. Because look at Branden. Did you get Orange Is the New Black while you was doing this or after this, Branden?
No, I actually had a whole career in sports at the time that I was doing this, and he showed me a lot of love because I didn't know if I had the time to make it work. So even when he called me, I was like, I don't know if I could do this film. Like I want to, but I don't know if I could. Yeah. And so I actually referred to somebody else.
He's like, you got 2 days.
He was like, I don't know if I could do it. Let me get you somebody else that could do it.
Yeah, I did. And then he called me back like, "No, I want you." And I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this work because I really like this script. And that was the year right before I got my manager. And actually, this film helped me get my manager. And then right after that, I did Blue Bloods, Gotham, Younger, and then I got Orange is the New Black. So this was like the first, I think this was probably the last non-union project I had ended up doing, but the visuals from this thing was so stunning. Actually, this was a union project. It was so stunning. And then it went to ABFF, and then the hype of that alone, it actually helped me score manager. And then from there, it helped me get my career flowing. So shout out to you for that, Terron. That's awesome.
Terron, you were right.
I break the stars, baby.
Terron, when are you casting for another project?
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Yeah, but it's definitely a hustle though, because you're like, yo, I got this thing coming out. This is where it's headed. This is where it's going. You got to check it out.
Yeah,
put me on your roster. Put me on your roster.
That's what it is.
And that was game changing. So, and this is still, some of these scenes are still on my reel to this day. I think the candle, when we're sitting in the candle scene, I love it. It's beautiful. So I actually keep that on my reel to this day.
And that's what we're talking about with short films. Like short films, it has so much of a shelf life that people don't see, but it's so integral in helping push the narrative. That's why we want to highlight short films, because we know that every short film has a long story. We know that.
I like that.
That's our handle that we go by, our mantra that we do it ever at Short Break. And that's what we're saying. Like, we agree with that, what you're saying, and pushing it even further. So, Emma, would you like to say anything in the conclusion?
I just want to say thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for y'all energy, just the connection. This story is very beautiful. The visually, just mentally, emotionally. I'm about to go watch it again. I'm not gonna lie. So I just want to say thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for having us.
Yeah, and thank you, my good people. Well, we're gonna pull you about peace, folks. I'm gonna end it off real quick. Don't drop off quite yet. I'm gonna put y'all back in the green room, and we're gonna talk for a quick second. All right?
Perfect.
Do boo and boom. So Emma, how you feel about what we just went through?
I love a short break. I love it. I love a short break. I love everything that we're doing here. This week was amazing. This episode was amazing. It's just so much love and so much beauty for just Black people. Like every single week, my mind is always blown. And it's like, even though we're showing these short films that started a lot of people's careers, or that started something in them to go even, harder. And I'm just like, wow, this is what you started. Like,
yeah.
This is people's like first films, and it's like, this was your first, like, oh my goodness. So it just gives me encouragement, and I hope it's giving other people encouragement as well.
Hey, it's pushing. So all right, well, look, I'm going to say a couple things. We're going to keep it going. Now, my good people, thank you for joining the short break. Here at the 4910, we are constantly pushing out work that hopefully engage, inform, entertain, but also just the biggest thing that we do is want you to have a conversation with yourself and others from the projects that you see us coming out with, and hopefully a short break is part of that. Hope starts a conversation. So we appreciate you joining us. Our next short break is going to come up next Sunday. We have some real cool people coming up actually, and our next few weeks are pretty dope, including this one. So thank you to Terron. Thank you for Branden, Emma as well. She's rock and roll. So we got some great things coming out, especially our mini doc series is coming out. We've already released the first ones. We have at least 8 others coming out, and our feature documentary is coming out pretty soon. Target St. Louis Volume 1. Can't wait till that hit the streets. And we have and more information is going to come about our feature narrative, the V. So talk to my good people soon. Appreciate everyone.